What's up, everybody? Peter McKinnon here. Welcome back to yet another video, the 2025 EDC update. I guess you could say from the thumbnail, I'm on a bit of a blackout kick right now. Let's start with an object that I carry with me every day that you've probably never seen, my deck of cards. This deck of cards is housed in a card clip. This is a metal wraparound formed clip that hugs the cards to keep them from warping. So if these are in my back pocket, if they're in my backpack, if they're going through different climates, so forth and so on, it keeps the cards from bending and getting what we used to call back in the Magic days, the click. It's when your deck of cards gets so warped that you can hear the click inside it. And that's when you know it's done. If you're handling a deck of cards and it's got the click, yeah, good luck. She gone. This is made of ostrich leather. I believe it's dyed black. From my friends Dan and Dave. Inside, I have a deck of cards from Christian at 1924. I thought fitting to be carrying around a blackout deck. He designed these himself. They're very, very cool. The cards themselves aren't necessarily black, but the box is, and that is good enough for me. A very unique deck of cards. They've got a lot of different little drawings on them. It almost looks like Russian prison tattoo drawings. Christian does amazing work, but I have a very extensive card collection from the years of doing this constantly, but these are cool. These are the ones I've been carrying with me right now. I dig them. They fit the theme. The box is nice. That goes in the card clip. That goes in my back pocket or my backpack. Bob's your uncle. Fran's your aunt, whatever you want to say. Whomever's whomever. And these are my all-time faves. Chef's kiss. Moving on. Blacked out field notes. I don't even need to say anything about this. You already know. This was a cool version, the night sky version. They got all kinds of cool little stars on the back and constellations. Even the staples were black, and that's what made me go, hell yeah. So this is a fresh one. I'm gonna start this. This will be done in, I don't know, 10 days or less. Next item on the list, pocket knife. I get a lot of questions when it comes to pocket knives just because a lot of people either don't know that I carry them or that you can carry them or why you would carry them. And it's for multiple reasons. We've gone over it in videos for the last, I don't know, I want to say 6+ years. I have a whole separate brand and company called Pete's Pirate Life that is very much EDC focused. We make knives, we make fixed blades, pocket knives, firewood axes, hats, challenge coins, whiskey tumblers, you name it. Very cool stuff, big aesthetic. I'll leave the Instagram below and the website if you want to check it out. I've been carrying a pocket knife in my pocket for the better part of 15+ years. They are infinitely handy, and you just don't know how handy they are until you carry one and you start finding uses for it every single day. This morning, my son literally said, "Dad, can you cut this?" And it's just one of those little plastic, there you go, done. Thanks, man. Like, they come to me because they know I've got the tools. I cut a sliver out of my finger with this 2 days ago. Scraped some wax off the table. It destroys Amazon boxes. Pretty much these days though, you could punch open an Amazon box. There are some boxes that come taped to the high heavens. This thing, you don't stand a chance. So this is the Benchmade BLACKOut. It's a carbon fiber knife with cool copper accents. I think that looks really good. I'm not much of a carbon fiber guy. I'm kind of along the thinking of carbon fiber belongs on a vehicle, nowhere else. I just liked how light this was. It's very thin, it's very light. It slides into my pocket. I don't wear baggy jeans, if you've noticed, so I don't feel it when it's in my pocket, which is great. This has got what's called a Tonto-shaped blade, which almost gives you an extra point right here where those two edges meet. That makes it very useful. They are an absolute bitch to sharpen, but I've got a friend who's an absolute wizard, and I just hand him all my knives and they come back sharp. Thank you, Mark. That is the pocket knife. That's from Benchmade. You do not need an expensive knife to get all the benefits of carrying a knife. Benchmade are super expensive, overpriced in some areas. Some of them make sense, some of them do not make sense. They make great knives, but they are very expensive. You might be saying, Pete, why aren't you carrying your own knife? I don't have the next prototype of it yet, but I would be if it was here. Some foreshadow for you. That would be my carry.
All I hear, go get the money. so I go get it. Hate means I do something right.
Let's talk about the watch. You know what? No, we'll save the watch and the camera for last. Next up, wallet. This changes all the time. I love wallets. I love trying new wallets. I love making wallets. Everything about wallets I love. If you've watched this channel for any time, you might know that. If you're an OG, you would know that. This is a Mont Blanc wallet. Again, I like that brand. I don't like their pens. I like everything else they sell. The pens, which is what they're known for, they don't do it for me. Meh. It's a funny little wallet because it's a unique shape. It opens here, your most used card, and then inside it opens this way. You've got another quick access and then some cards that I don't use as much here, some pictures of the kids, etc. I don't know, it's weird. That's kind of why I like it. I really only use this flap, so I feel like a police officer and I'm like, whoop-off, and I just tap right through my wallet. Boosh. That would mean it's not RFID safe, but I like being able to just get out and tap my wallet on something when I want to pay. Whoop-off. I got my name monogrammed on it. That's kind of cool. I like anything that has my initials or anywhere or service where they offer monogramming. I absolutely do it and take it. I think it's an extra level of customization, makes it yours. It makes it more special. The leather feels amazing. It's very thin, very thin. I keep 4 cards in here and some cash. That's it. That goes in my front left pocket. I'm not a back pocket wallet guy. Can't do it, can't sit on it, won't do it. This is clean. This is a clean combo, and that's kind of the minimalist wallet that I'm carrying right now. I think there's also probably gonna be a day where wallets just don't exist anymore and we do all of that digitally through our phones. I'm okay with that. I'm okay to start eliminating some of these items because for the most part, they all go in my pockets. Some days I don't bring it all, but most days I bring most, and it can be a lot. I have no idea why my fob isn't just part of my Ford app. The Ford Lightning does it. You can use your phone as key. Most vehicles use phone as key that are new. This is still an absolute troll. Look at the size of this fob. Just look at it. It has no business being this big. I put this tiny little lanyard on it with a bead from Wesson knives. That is so it can hang out of my pocket and I can get it quickly when I need to. If you've ever seen these lanyards on things, that's what they're for. That's what they're supposed to be for, quick access. So this doesn't fall super deep into my pocket and then I'm trying to find it. I can just usually pull the lanyard and the fob comes right out. Anytime I don't have to have this in my pocket, I don't. If I've got a bag with me, it goes in the bag. The car fob. It crushes everybody. It ruins everyone's EDC. The next thing that ruins everyone's EDC are your keys. Now, for security purposes, I took my keys off this, but I have 3 keys on a key ring. And sometimes I keep this little micro blade from Wesson as well. It's a tiny little knife in a tiny little sheath, and it's absolutely delightful. It's made super well, bougie, look at that, it's supreme, and it just flips open. This is technically all you really need to open mail and anything you would need that has an edge. But because I'm a knife fan, I just can't help but like, I don't know. I just think like, if I really need a knife for something, I would just rather have this. But look how cute this is. Look at it. It's adorable. It's just so, I can't not carry it with me. It's just so cute. I love it. Anyway, that's from a brand called Wesson. That stays on my keychain. Hilarious. And that goes on my James brand carabiner. This is just a typical carabiner, has 2-stage. I've had this forever. I'm wearing all of the black coating off of it, which is awesome. There's some that I've had that are designed impeccably, very innovative, but what just seems to work the best is that. It loops on, I know it's never coming off, and now that I use it every single day, I can unclip it just as fast, and it's worked for me and been with me for years. I believe they call this the Harden, the James brand Harden. They have a ton of carabiners. This is one of the smaller ones and one of the most basic, but probably one of the best. This watch is from a brand called Marathon. It's their GSAR, probably search and rescue if I had to guess. 41 mil diver's watch. It's not cheap. This is an expensive watch. This was probably, can I look up the invoice? How much did I pay for this? Marathon. Order confirmed. That's fast, dude. I did not expect to find it that fast. 41 after tax, $2,000. So this was $2,000. That's a lot of money for a watch. I think anything over $300 for a watch that's not a smartwatch these days is a lot of money, and it's an investment. And you gotta be into watches to like this. I happen to be into watches. I've always loved watches, and I love trying different brands and different things. And this one offers me a lot of features for the price. They're Canadian made, love that. It's a steel case with a beautiful rubber strap, 300-meter water resistant. Not that I'll ever go 300 meters, it would explode my ears, but it is a dive watch, so I don't have to worry about swimming with it or showering with it or anytime it gets wet, I know it's fine. It's got a date feature. It's very easy to read with the numbers. It's easy to read if you want to go 24-hour time. Fancy watches usually go with markers instead of numbers, unless you're IWC, which is great, and those are also very easy to read. But when you see markers, I have a harder time just glancing at that and checking the time, whereas this one, I can pretty much do it instantly. The other thing is this has tritium tubes on the dial. So instead of lume, where most manufacturers will paint or coat the indices or the numbers with some kind of paint that reflects off of light, so when you're in the sun, you come inside, it's glowing. That only lasts so long, and in most cases, throughout the night or when it's dark, it fades away. Not entirely. The higher end watches can retain that luminescent paint longer, but this watch uses tritium, so it's an actual radioactive material that is always glowing. Now, it's a safe amount of radioactive material. Obviously, that stuff's checked. It's also got a radioactive little icon in there, like a little nuclear icon. That's cool. Tacticool. A lot of military use this watch too. So you know if people like that in the service can depend on a tool, you know it's good. They're doing way more important things with their watch than I am. The company's Canadian, but the watch is Swiss made. It's got a good weight to it too. If you ever remember, I did a video years ago now on a watch that I loved that was only about $200 to $300, and that is still an absolutely amazing watch. It's the Seiko 007J. That watch, Japanese made, has a day and date function, looks incredible, very popular with collectors, and the price point is so good for getting into watches, and it's the catalyst, it's the gateway drug for so many people that want to start collecting watches or investing in watches. $2,000 is a lot of money. That's 2,000 Canadian, so that means it's like $8 US. Has a rotating bezel. My daughter actually had it on her wrist while she was swimming the other day, and she took it off and gave it back to me. She's like, "Sorry, Dad, I scraped the wall while I was swimming. Here you go." Awesome, thanks for telling me. After thorough inspection though, I don't see any scrape marks, so heart attack. This has a 20mm lug width. Obviously it's a 41 case diameter, and it's 48mm lug to lug. Those are important little details when you're deciding what kind of a watch you want to get so that it fits and looks proper on your wrist. This, because I have a large wrist, almost sits a little bit too small for me. It's right on the cusp. Now the outer bezel looks bigger than the actual inner dial, but a 41mm typically I'm okay with. And for the rest of the details, you can go to the website if you want to check it out. You know, they do make this in a black, I think they call it black anthracite, and it's like $500 more than this one, but it's full blackout. And I regret not getting that, but I do feel like the just typical stainless steel color is a little more timeless, and it goes with a bit more. A full blackout watch is like a little too tactical, but it would have been perfect for this scenario. So I'm kicking myself right now because it looks so sick. Let's talk about the camera. Now you might be thinking, Pete, how do you fit this camera in your jeans? And I don't fit this camera in my jeans, but it does go on the front seat. It goes around my shoulder. And I've been carrying this around a lot for fun, for inspiration, to constantly be looking for the spark, if you will. Because I'm a photographer and I do this job 24/7, sometimes you get to the point where you look at your camera and it's just, you don't want to see it. You don't want to touch it. It's a job. There's nothing fun about it. And that's a dangerous place to be when you have a hobby that you also have as a career. I don't want to lose the magic and the spark in this. Finding tools that push your creative boundaries, that bring you the joy and bring you that spark when you're having a hard time finding it, that's a good thing. And I'm gonna dive right in. I'm gonna lean into that for sure. So this is a digital rangefinder from Leica, the M11 monochrome, meaning it only captures in black and white. Now there is a whole video here to talk about this camera and all the weird quirks and features that it has. You'll notice I have a yellow filter on the front. It darkens blue skies and really accentuates different colors, which makes black and white photos just pop and look better. If you're ever shooting black and white or using a monochrome camera, shooting black and white film, I highly recommend you put a yellow filter on. You can also use an orange filter, but I think yellow is preferred, or at least what I've been using more. This just makes me want to pick up my camera and mess around, be creative with no stakes. It's purely experimental. It's the joy of photography and nothing else. That's why I keep it with me. It's fully blacked out. There's no logo on this anywhere. There's no indication that this is Leica. Nothing. I mean, nothing. which is so sick. This truly deserves its own video. There is so much to talk about when it comes to this camera. I just got it because I wanted it, not because I wanted to make videos about it. This is not capturing any color whatsoever. Because there's no color filter array in this camera, it's capturing higher quality photos. It's got a greater sensitivity to light, and essentially each monochrome pixel on the sensor is absorbing the whole spectrum of light, which leads to higher quality photos. So it's funny, when you strip color away, you're actually getting better quality images. It's bizarre and it's a weird science, and I would definitely dive into it, but it would be a big video because I need to shoot with it longer. I need more examples. I need more field case notes, and there's lots of videos out there on the monochrome. If you want one from me, let me know. I'll start putting notes together, but I wanted to show you this is part of my daily carry because it fires me up. Last and honorable mention, Blackout Pete's Pirate Life hat. We just restocked these. They're in the shop, linked below. I even left the lights off in the studio today to make it darker, to go with the theme. Blackout EDC carry. Tactical, modern, sleek, colorless. It's cool. I'm a nerd, but I love it. That's the EDC update 2025. We're going into the new quarter. We're going into fall. This might change. I might change it to suit the seasons that we're in. Could be a whole new carry in 3 months. I wouldn't put it past me. Hit the like button if you like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.